In a high-tech world, Orthodox Jews observing the Sabbath face a problem using modern gadgets as they're not allowed to do any work, and Israeli companies now come up with some ingenious solutions, as Paula Sleer found out.
Sherry Tannenbaum's fingers do the talking her lips can't. 35 years ago, she started having problems with speaking and walking. Doctors diagnosed her with dystonia, a neurological disorder that affects movement and speech. Today she can hardly talk and struggles getting around. For many years she felt her handicap most acutely on the Jewish Sabbath. When her family would set out for the synagogue, she'd be left behind because according to Jewish law she can't use transport to get there. But then scientists, rabbis and engineers in Israel got together and designed a scooter that is Sabbath-proof. When the key is turned, an existing electrical current is set in motion, and as the wheels turn on the ground, they pick up speed. How do these devices help you on the Sabbath? Sherry also has a keyboard through which she talks. It's allowed on the Sabbath, and as she says, it helps her to become part of things.
In the case of great need or for security, we're allowed to use this keyboard on Shabbat because it doesn't cause any circuits to be closed or anything new to be produced.
Dan Moran's and his team of engineers work in a research facility in the West Bank settlement of Alon Shfut. They're constantly on the search for new ways to match the technology of the 21st century with Jewish rituals that are more than 5,000 years old. Their main concern is not to create anything new or do any kind of work on what is supposed to be a day of rest.
The Sabbath is a sacred day when we are forbidden to start new things. This is a day during creation when God rested. But if there's an emergency during the Sabbath and a person's life could be at risk, then you are permitted to break the Sabbath.
The inventions here affect the world's more than 1.5 million Orthodox Jews. This pen can be used on the Sabbath because its ink disappears 3 days later. Rabbis say only permanent writing is forbidden on the Sabbath. And then there's the Sabbath elevator. Nearly every hotel in Jerusalem has one. The way it works is that on the Sabbath, the elevator stops at every floor and the doors have no sensors. In that way, you're not doing any work. Paula Sleer, RT Top Stories.